All right, let's dive into something fun today. We're talking beauty in the acting world.
Ooh, interesting.
I know, right? But I bet you're thinking beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Well, yeah, of course.
And you're totally right.
Yeah.
That's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
Hmm.
We've got a source that's put together a list of the top 5 most beautiful actors,
Okay.
male and female, working today. It's got me thinking,
Oh.
what is it about these actors that grabs our attention? Is
Yeah.
it just looks? Or is there something more to it?
You hit on something important there.
Yeah.
This list, it's a great place to start a bigger conversation
Yeah.
about what we find beautiful.
As a culture.
Yeah, exactly. And why. It's more than just like symmetrical faces or striking eyes.
Right.
It's about how those things combine with talent, and you know that.
That it factor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes some actors stand out.
Exactly. And our source even says their list is based on certain things. Widespread acclaim, how often they're ranked as beautiful and just star quality. You know, that undeniable thing that keeps you glued to the screen?
Yeah, for sure.
So are you ready to hear who made the cut for the women?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
Lay it on me.
Okay, kicking things off with Zendaya. The source highlighted her ability to transform like a chameleon for different roles while, still maintaining that striking presence. I mean, think Euphoria
Oh, yeah.
versus Dune. Totally different, but she's still captivating.
Right. It is fascinating how she does that.
So how does that adaptability play into her beauty, do you think?
Well, it's something we're seeing more.
Yeah.
With successful young actors. Like, they're not stuck in a box because of how they look.
Yeah.
So maybe Zendaya's success, it could mean Hollywood is changing. Like, versatility is just as important as conventional beauty. Maybe even more important.
Interesting. Next up is Margot Robbie.
Oh, I love her.
She can play Harley Quinn 1 minute and Sharon Tate the next. Our source said she has classic Hollywood beauty, but with a sophisticated edge. Do you think that classic image helps her, or does she kind of push against it?
That's a really good question. She definitely benefits from that blonde bombshell thing.
Yeah.
The one Hollywood has loved forever.
Right.
But, and this is interesting, she also subverts it.
With roles like Harley Quinn.
Exactly. It adds that complexity, that darkness. She's not just a pretty face.
Now, this next actress, her rise to fame has been so fast. And her beauty, it's definitely part of what makes her so captivating. Ana de Armas. Our source called her ethereal, almost otherworldly. And you know what? I totally agree. What is it about her that just draws you in on screen?
She has this really unique blend, like delicate features, but then undeniable sensuality too. There's an allure, like a sense of mystery about her. You feel like there's more under the surface. And that intrigue with her acting talent keeps the audience hooked. She's one to watch for sure.
Okay, we can't talk beautiful actresses without mentioning Gal Gadot.
Wonder Woman.
Exactly. And our source made a great point. She embodies strength and grace.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfectly captured in Wonder Woman, obviously. Do you think she changes how we see feminine beauty?
Totally. I mean, Wonder Woman just shatters that whole damsel in distress thing. Gadot's strong, athletic, takes charge. That image of female power with her beauty, it really resonates with people. Strength and grace, those can be super attractive qualities.
All right, last but not least, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, global icon. Bollywood, Hollywood, she owns it. Our source called her a global beauty icon, and I think that's spot on. What about her transcends cultural boundaries, do you think?
Chopra Jonas really shows how beauty can have so many sides and be empowering. She's got the looks, but she's also incredibly talented, successful, and she speaks out about things she cares about.
Yeah.
So it's beauty, intelligence, confidence. That makes her a role model for women, I think, all over the world.
Yeah.
It challenges those narrow ideas of what beauty is.
It's amazing to see how these actresses are, like, redefining beauty standards.
Yeah.
And just captivating audiences everywhere. Before we move on to the men, though, what are your initial thoughts? Do you agree with these picks? And what qualities in these actresses stand out most to you?
It's pretty cool to think about how these women achieved global recognition.
Okay.
I mean, they're beautiful, yeah, but it's more than that. It's their talent, their drive, their personalities. It makes you wonder if Hollywood's changing.
How so?
Are inner qualities becoming as important as how you look on the outside?
That's a great question. And it leads us perfectly into our next group. The top 5 most beautiful male actors. Ready to see who made the list?
Let's do it. I'm curious how this list will portray masculinity and attractiveness. in today's cinema.
All right, starting with Chris Pine. Our source mentioned those classic Hollywood good looks. I mean, those blue eyes, that smile, hard to resist. But they also said he can blend charm with gravitas. He can be charismatic, but also bring depth to his roles. What do you think? Is that blend, charisma, and depth becoming the new standard of attractiveness for men in Hollywood?
Pine's career is interesting. He often plays those traditional masculine characters, the hero we've seen for years. But there's always this subtle vulnerability, too, like a little introspection.
Yeah.
And that makes him even more appealing.
Makes you think. Maybe that vulnerability, being willing to show a softer side, is becoming more desirable in leading men.
It definitely adds complexity, and it seems like audiences connect with that.
Speaking of defying expectations, next on the list is Oscar Isaac.
Oh, interesting.
He's not your typical Hollywood heartthrob, but he's got this unique, intense beauty.
Yeah.
Our source pointed out his super expressive eyes and that quiet intensity. So captivating. So do you think his appeal challenges those conventional ideas about attractiveness?
Isaac's appeal is definitely more than just conventional good looks. He has magnetism, but it doesn't rely on stereotypes. It's his presence, his intensity, how he embodies the characters. He doesn't fit in any box, and I think that's a big part of his appeal. It makes you wonder if we're appreciating beauty differently now.
How so?
Like, are we moving towards valuing individual features, personality, instead of just fitting a mold?
Great question. Next, we have Jacob Elordi. He's risen to fame so quickly with those striking features and powerful presence.
Oh, yeah, he's everywhere now.
Our source talked about his model-esque look, how he commands attention on screen. Do you think his success reflects current trends in male beauty? Or is there something more?
He's part of a newer generation of actors, the ones where physicality really matters. His height, build, that all fits current trends. But it'll be interesting to see how he grows as an actor. Can he go beyond those initial perceptions?
Will he just be the brooding heartthrob, or will he use his looks to explore different characters' emotions?
Exactly. Only time will tell. But his career will be fascinating to watch.
Now, Dev Patel is someone I find incredibly captivating.
Oh, he's great.
Our source mentioned those expressive eyes, charming smile, but also a certain vulnerability.
Yeah.
Makes him relatable. What do you think is vulnerability becoming more desirable in leading men?
I think Patel's career really shows how beauty standards are changing. He's breaking down those Hollywood barriers, proving that charm, talent, and yes, vulnerability can be just as attractive as the typical leading man looks.
Right.
The way he conveys emotion so sincerely, it's really skillful acting. And it adds another dimension to his appeal. It's different from those stoic, unemotional heroes we used to see all the time.
Absolutely. And rounding out our list of handsome fellas is Glenn Powell.
Okay.
Our source said effortless charm, boyish good looks, that captivating smile, just pure charisma. What do you think, is that classic all-American charm still relevant to today's global audience, or is there something more to it?
He definitely embodies that classic charm, that approachable quality. You instantly like him, and that's worked for him so far.
Yeah.
But is all-American charm still relevant globally? Maybe his success shows people miss that.
The nostalgia for simpler times?
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe his talent goes beyond that.
Yeah.
Connects with people on a deeper level.
It's a really interesting question.
It speaks to how beauty standards change, how culture influences us.
So we've gone through these lists, and clearly beauty is complex. It has so many sides.
Definitely.
Our source brought up some important key considerations about beauty, though. Things I think are worth exploring further.
Okay.
One is subjectivity. That beauty really is in the eye of the beholder. What are your thoughts?
That's crucial. What we find attractive, it comes from so many places. Our culture, personal experiences, what we individually like. There's no one definition of beauty, and that's what's so cool about it. It's always changing, shaped by trends, media, our own lives.
And the source also mentioned how beauty is different from appeal. Sometimes it's not just about looks.
Right.
It's charisma, talent, even humor. Things that make someone captivating.
Exactly. Think about actors who aren't conventionally beautiful, but they have that it factor.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a magnetic personality, a great voice, or they just own every scene.
Right.
Those qualities can be just as attractive, maybe even more so. It's about the energy, how they make us feel, the stories they tell.
Totally. I can think of plenty of actors who aren't classically beautiful, but I find them attractive because of their talent, their personality. What about you? Anyone come to mind?
Oh, tons. So many actors defy categorization. Their appeal is in their uniqueness, their individuality. It shows that beauty is multifaceted, more than just appearances.
Okay, before we wrap up part one, I want to go back to something our source said about diversity.
Okay.
They said their list could always be more diverse, to reflect the range of beauty out there in the world. And I think that's so important. What are your thoughts?
It's true. The entertainment industry is getting better with representation, but there's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
We need to keep challenging those traditional standards and celebrate all forms of beauty. Recognize and value the unique beauty of every person, no matter their background, ethnicity, body type.
So, what do you think? Does beauty really lie in the eye of the beholder? Are there actors you find captivating who didn't make this list? And what qualities are most attractive to you, beyond just looks?
Those are some great questions to think about. They highlight something really important. Beauty isn't fixed or objective. It's fluid, subjective, and it's always evolving. What really matters is that we appreciate the diversity of beauty around us and recognize how much inner qualities matter as much as appearances.
It's been so interesting, unpacking these lists and really digging into what makes these actors so captivating. It's got me thinking about all the things beyond just looks that draw us to certain people.
It's a good reminder that beauty goes deeper. It's about their energy, how they make us feel, the stories they tell through their work, their lives, all of that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's like a key takeaway from this whole thing. Beauty isn't about fitting into a box. It's more about being yourself, expressing that, and connecting with others on a deeper level.
Absolutely. Like we saw with these actors, being authentic and individual, that can be way more captivating than fitting some standard of beauty. They make us look beyond the surface and see that unique spark,
Totally. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. What makes someone truly beautiful to you beyond looks? Is it kindness, humor, passion, intelligence, resilience? Think about it.
Yeah, think about the people in your life who you find beautiful. What is it about them? Their laugh, their empathy, their determination, or how they light up a room, it's all part of it.
And here's a challenge. Create your own list of beautiful people based on your definition. It could be actors, musicians, friends, family, anyone.
It's a cool way to think about what you value in others and to celebrate all the beauty around you.
I love that. And remember, beauty is subjective. It's a personal thing. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep celebrating beauty. Until next time. It's been fun, hasn't it? Looking at these lists, thinking about what makes these actors so captivating, it really makes you think about all those little things beyond just looks that draw us to people on screen or in real life,
Definitely. It reminds us that beauty isn't just skin deep.
Exactly.
It's about how they make us feel.
Yeah.
The energy, the stories they tell.
I think that's a big takeaway here. Beauty's not about fitting a mold. It's about being you, expressing yourself, connecting with people on a deeper level.
Totally agree. And like we saw with these actors, that authenticity, that individuality, that could be way more captivating than any beauty standard.
It makes you look past the surface, right? See the unique things about a person.
Yeah, that spark.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this. What makes someone truly beautiful to you? Beyond just looks, I mean. Is it their kindness, their sense of humor?
Good question.
Their passion, intelligence, resilience? What is it?
It really makes you think.
Think about the people you find beautiful. What is it about them?
Is it their laugh? The way they make you feel? Are they super determined? Or do they just light up a room? So many possibilities.
Here's a challenge for you. Make your own list of beautiful people based on what you think beauty is. It could be anyone.
Oh, I like that.
Actors, musicians, your friends, family, anyone who you think embodies those beautiful qualities.
What a great way to think about what you value in other people. And it's a way to celebrate all the different kinds of beauty out there.
Right. Beauty is subjective, a personal thing. So keep exploring, keep questioning, keep celebrating beauty in the world and in yourselves. That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.